All right, everyone. Welcome to Level Up with Katina. And I just want to say, I was in the background talking with this young man, and I'm telling you, I think we need to listen to what he's got to say. And what I mean by that is when you get someone like this young man in your life that brings positivity, brings growth, brings a positive mindset, you really need to sit down and listen to what he's got to say. And not only that, I'm going to bring him back for a second interview because he's got a lot to share. And I think with him sharing this information to us, our audience, to the world, I think that's going to bring a lot of light on things positively and not so much the negative things. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce Natural Light Being. He is a life coach and a manifestation coach. He says this is his gift. And just talking with him and talking with you, I see it in your heart. I hear it in your heart. And so, without further ado, please share with the audience what natural light being means and just break it down for us.
Yes, my name is Sadiq Johnson. I go by Natural Light Being, and Natural Light Being is basically all of us. We're all naturally light beings. And I found this out when I had my near-death experience. I had a very bad accident where I ended up in the hospital. I watched myself die, and I watched myself go you know, into the earth. And I thought this was over for me. I thought my life was done. And this is where this is where my spiritual awakening really started. It was the catalyst to my awakening when I had this traumatic experience. The pain, shock brought me back to my true self. And when I woke up in the hospital, I asked the nurse where I was. The nurse told me I was in the hospital. I've been there for 10 hours. But prior to that happening, during my near death experience, that they usually call it the NDE. That's what a near death
Yes.
experience is, the NDE. If anybody ever seen it before, but
Yes.
my experience with the near death experience was that when I watched myself die, the thought that I had was I miss my family and I couldn't go without my family,
Yeah.
and the thought of missing my family and how my family would miss me made me manifest myself back into reality, reincarnate or incarnate myself back into my body. Because from what I learned from that process is that we all have a choice. We cannot leave this earth until we are finished with our mission here. We all
Right.
have a mission on earth. We sometimes don't remember because we made ourselves forget. So that's what happened when I had the near death experience. My memory started coming back. I
Yeah.
started remembering that I'm a God, I'm a creator. I watched myself come back into a ball of light. Then
Wow.
I realized that's what I am. I am a ball of light. We're all balls of light. That's what we're spirits, just having a physical experience. And so you will never die because your energy and energy
Yeah.
can't be made nor destroyed. So energy only transfer and it goes on for eternity. So that's what I learned from that experience is that we're infinite beings of light and we're naturally light beings. We're not naturally physical beings. We're just here having a physical experience in a third dimension,
Yeah.
but we're naturally multi-dimensional beings that are just here to have fun and experience physical reality, taste, smell, touch, the senses that we have.
Mhm.
We have more than six senses. We literally have, I believe it's over 30 plus 40 senses, but
And
we are only
sound.
taught
Yeah.
about some of them.
Yeah.
And your focus is one of your abilities to create. Your focus, your attention is what you use to manifest. Your focus, because that's how I was able to come back. When I was able to focus on my family and how they felt, the thought and the emotion made me come back into physical reality.
So let me
Because you're
ask you, let me ask you this. And so so when you say you manifested, actually you manifested yourself back, onto this earth. Did
yes.
you hear like the doctors, the nurses talking? Like did you hear any like sound or things like that?
Um, no, I didn't hear anything at that time when I was in the hospital. I heard before I went in the hospital, I remember being on a gurney. I
Okay.
remember the officers kind of like yanking me out the car and roughing me up and all of that. I remember all of like in
Yeah.
between because it was a terrible accident. And
Yeah.
I remember a lot, but what happened is at some point a lot of the memories was taken away from me because I feel like it was too much for me to know at one time. Like
Gotcha.
I seen too much, and I
Right.
see my future lit up in gold. I seen I seen so much greatness in the world, and I seen a lot of things that weren't so great.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're literally just having an experience just to choose the path that is the most aligned with our higher self. And all of us have the capability and ability to connect with our higher self. And that's what happened when I had a near death experience. I was able to connect back with my spirit, my soul, God, the
Yeah.
universe. And like I said, I couldn't remember exactly hearing the doctor speaking, but I did remember that I had a choice to come back. I
Yeah.
don't know how, besides me realizing that I was God, and that because I am God, I created the earth and I created everything on the earth, which all of us did. I'm gonna explain this even further. Every single one of us, I learned from this experience, every single one of us create our own world. All of us create our
Absolutely.
own world. And we create beings like ourselves to have a experience in that world. Not to say that everybody's not real, but everybody is you. And they're just different versions of you. And we're just having an agreement to have a physical experience in this third dimension. At so but the third dimension is not the only dimension. I learned that there's higher dimensions like the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth dimension.
Absolutely.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
once I went through this experience, I was getting guidance from my higher mind. I was being told to stop like eating meat. I was being told to like stop doing the things that weren't good for my body and for myself or for the world. Because what I saw in that accident, that I needed to appreciate the women in my life more, like my mother, the earth, my woman. It's like that whole experience taught me that I needed to focus on what matters, and I needed to
Absolutely.
do a better job of being compassionate. It taught me compassion and empathy. So my near death taught me that I have to be more compassionate with the earth because she's alive. She's a living being. And we're all connected to the earth. Every single one of us is connected to the earth. Everything is interconnected. That's what I learned through that whole experience, that everything is interconnected. Everyone
Absolutely.
and everything. The planet, the plants, and the animal, it's all one. And it's all just different versions of God. Just having
Wow.
yeah,
That's amazing. And how
just
you break
having
it down is really for a lot of people it would be overwhelming for because if you have never been into that near-death
yeah,
experience, like, as a medical professional, we've heard people say
yeah,
that, as they were in surgery or, if they were, pretty much we have to, resuscitate that they
yeah,
actually heard, physical voices talking. And so
yes,
that's why I asked you because when people say, "Oh, when you're, in that state, how is it possible that if you're in a near death experience that you can actually hear that or
yeah,
whatever?" Oh, yes, you can. And people, if you don't know, like the neurological aspects of just like you said, that inner self and how
yes,
that telepathic kind of inner body experience comes
yes.
down, you'll never know it. I mean, hopefully, no one
It's
ever
true.
experiences that. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, but if you have to experience, then you can say, oh my gosh, people
that's
are right. Because
that's
a
what
lot
it
of times
is.
people don't believe that, but it's
Yeah,
absolutely
it
true.
because you know what? It
Yep.
sounds very crazy to hear somebody else say it. It's like if you never was open to that before, it would sound like this person might needs to be on meds or like you said, like the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
it
yeah.
would sound crazy because I had somebody tell me this years ago when I was still young. I was still in my like early 20s and stuff. And this guy told me that we're in the matrix, we can fly, we can fly. I kind of like laughed because I was immature. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was very immature for that age, and I did not know that any of this was real. So now, fast forward to now, I'm having my own spiritual experience and my own spiritual awakening. To look back in hindsight to say that this guy was right, he was completely right. So this is what happened. We plant seeds. They might not bear
Yeah,
fruits now, but if
yeah.
we plant these seeds like we're doing tonight, and we drop these gems, and leave these breadcrumbs, people will pick up on them
That's
either
right.
sooner or later. They'll take what they leave now. That's what I tell people from what I learned. You take what you can take now from it, what you can learn that you could use now, and the rest that you don't need, you can't use or understand, leave it for later. eventually when you are ready, you will be able to come back to it and comprehend what's being said, to understand it, to be able to integrate it into your life, you know?
Wow. So let me ask you this, with that being said, with the positive aspect of life in general, just who a person is. So what
Yes.
would you share with the audience when you talk about negativity, or you talk about, just things thrown out there in the universe, or, whatever,
Yes.
give us examples of things that you've come across to where you have to like say, hey, you know, I need to put this out to the universe, because
Yeah.
that manifestation, if you want something to stop, or if you want, things to
Yeah.
go away, talk a little bit about that.
All right. So one example I'm gonna use is like in traffic. If you ever been in traffic, like driving, and then you encounter sometimes not so nice people, kind of
Yeah.
rude. Um, I started realizing, like, over time, it used to kind of like rub me the wrong way. Like I used to kind of like, I didn't like it, so I would react back then. But the more wiser I get, I realize, you know what? I start to speak more positive about it. Like when somebody do something in traffic, cut me off, I don't prefer it.
Yeah.
Once I'm able to sit back and realize, you know what? This person did that for a reason. I'm gonna actually command and wish that person a safe travel home. Because if he's cutting me off like that, he can kind of hurt himself, hurt somebody else.
Right.
I'm gonna wish a safe travel for him. So instead of saying something negative, like something rude to what he's doing, or respond, because that's what they want us to do. They want us to react. We got to learn to not react to everything. And I'm gonna expand more on this when I talk about the people that do it in the comments. But in
Oh,
traffic,
oh, wow. Yes.
yes, in traffic, it's like I learned that sometime when that happens, if a person, I'm gonna break it down. When a person cuts you off in traffic, sometimes they could be saving you from something bad happening. Like that person could be stopping you from getting a speeding ticket. That person could be stopping you from getting into an accident. But the way they go about it, you don't see it at that time because they
Yeah.
cut you off. So all you've seen is that that person cut you off. But in all reality, they didn't just cut you off. They're slowing you down so that down the road, something that could have happened won't happen, because now you're slowed down to be able to take it in. So
Oh,
my
wow.
my powers of awareness has expanded, and my consciousness has expanded. So I'm able to take in more information instead of letting it go into a negative aspect, which sometimes happens. Like I said, with negative people, it's kind of hard not to respond back, because
Yeah.
especially constantly coming at you, constantly poking at you, it's like, how can you not do nothing? Especially if it's somebody physically there in traffic, So, you know, I had an incident where not that long ago, a guy said he was going to shoot me in the head. I'm
Oh,
driving
nice.
my family for no
Wow.
reason. I don't even know this guy. I got to tell the world this. I don't even know this guy, man. I'd
Wow.
never met him before, never seen him. I'm driving, and I'm gonna just explain it real quick. We're driving. I was driving a really fast car, and I wasn't going that fast, and I was just driving, cruising, and he came up, he cut me off, and he passed. So I let him do it, let him get up the road. And then I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. Sometimes I like to go a little fast myself. It's just something in me. And I had a fast car, so I accelerated just to catch up to him, which I did. It wasn't nothing crazy. I didn't like fly into his back. I accelerated, caught up to him. I passed him, just all in good fun. Because usually, when the stuff like this happen with normal people, they actually
Mhm.
respond in a positive way, like, "Hey, beat the
Yeah.
horn, or
Sorry. Yeah.
like peace. That was a nice run or whatever." But
Yeah.
instead, this guy, he caught up to me at the light, and then he just wanted to try to cut me off. Like, we turned the light changed. He caught up to me at the next light, tried to cut me off again, and it was like a back and forth thing, to the point where when we got caught at the next light, I had to roll my windows down completely, because
Yeah.
it got so crazy. This guy said that, he was mad at me for no reason, basically, like very immature for his age. And he
Yeah.
basically told me, I should shoot you in the head, man. Like,
Hmm.
I can shoot you in the head right now. And I'm like, I'm in my mind thinking, like, what happened to warrant your reaction? And what happened? Like,
Yeah.
me and my family, we were shocked. Nothing happened. We are both shocked and confused. And I rolled the window down just to let them know that my baby's in the car, man. My family's in here.
Exactly.
My family's in here. I had to literally tell this guy, my family's in here. I don't know what happened, but after that, I basically command um good, positive things for that guy. Instead of being mad at him and then wishing bad on him, I commanded greatness for him.
Absolutely.
Love for him. I felt like he was hurting and he was going through something really bad.
Something.
And
Yeah.
I was just the person that he took it out on.
So
So
go ahead.
I'm just starting to learn to take things differently instead of
Yeah.
overreacting or reacting. I'm starting to look at things differently. Like a couple years ago, I would have took that wrong and it would have been escalated. It probably went
In a
left.
minute.
Yeah, because at one point I wouldn't have took no talk from nobody like that because
Yeah.
you're not gonna talk to me like that. I don't care who you are, gun or
Right.
not. I don't care
Right.
about none of that.
Right.
So yeah, so I had to learn to change all of that. I had to like,
Yeah.
bro, you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
But
So
but let me I'm gonna stop you there for a second because I'm gonna piggyback off of that. So
yeah,
when you look at when you talk about reactive versus reaction, so there's a difference. And so, like you said, I'm gonna give you an example. You said that back when you would have probably jumped out and it would have just been a mess.
yeah,
Sometimes in our life, we start to evolve and we start to learn. When you
yeah,
go through things or when you take things in a positive light of, you know what? I'm going to pray for these people that are out there
yeah.
like this because now, not unfortunately, we can't change who they are, right? We can
That's
keep
right.
bringing out that positive stuff in the world. We can manifest, we can do whatever. But as long as you and I know that we're doing the right thing, that nothing else matters. So if they want to continue to, do the cutting you off and, giving you the bird or things like
Yes,
that,
let them.
the best compliment that I think the person above can ever wishing you and thank you for is being
Yeah,
a better person by saying what you just said. I'm going to pray for that person, and
yes,
I'm and whatever's going through in their mind, in their world or whatever's happening in their life, I'm just going to pray for them because eventually
yeah.
either you're going to learn or you're not, but you're not going to hinder or affect my life and what I got going on.
You got
So
it.
yeah.
I love that. I love that explanation. You
Yeah.
definitely got that right because we never know what the next person is going through. So I
No.
have to start to look at stuff differently. Like that person could be going through the worst time in his life. And I just, I might just be, like I said, the person that he had to
Yeah.
vent on and whatever. So instead of taking it personal, I just, I just look at it like at least I'm alive and my family.
Right. That's the main
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So, nothing happened. He said what he said in the past. So I let it
Right.
go. And then, like I said, other occurrence happened where people cut me off, and I learned that when those happen, another time where somebody did it, I'm like, that person did it, and I didn't appreciate it, but there was a cop up there, and they were stopping me from, you know, maybe getting in an unnecessary situation.
Yeah.
So I looked at that difference. So I was like, oh, I see what they were doing now. Thank you, but I didn't appreciate it when it was happening. Not, I didn't like how they did it, but
Yeah.
it was done for my own good. So now I was able to take that lesson in a different light. So that's what happens.
Wow. So in your life coach, so you're a life coach, right?
Yes.
And so when you look at like some of these things, like you're going to talk about other few things, but when you look at things like that, how does that shape your perspective? So you're actually bringing all of this positivity, to these
Yes.
people that need it, and you're trying to step them into the right direction. But
Yes.
tell the audience, like, does that work a lot, or do you have to
It,
find yourself reevaluating? Like the person, or is it on like a holistic approach thing, or
yeah.
how do you do that?
I mean, to tell you the truth, it works. It's just really up to each person, each
Yes.
individual, because of their
Yeah.
personality traits might be a little different. Some people get things a little sooner than others.
Yeah.
Some people might have to get it a couple tries and they eventually get it. But
Yeah.
I have like, I would say hope that once a person has the want to learn and the need to learn and they're curious about self-improvement and personal development,
Yeah.
they're gonna take the steps and the measures to make it happen, like I
Wow.
have. So if I can come from my background where I came from and I was able to change and
Yeah.
I'm still changing and learning and doing better, anybody can change and do better.
Absolutely.
So I don't feel like nobody is past learning or changing. You're never too old to learn. It's never too late. That's completely wrong. Like
Yeah.
like how they say teach an old dog a new
A
trick.
new trick. Yeah. Well,
That's
sometimes
wrong.
some old dogs just don't want to
Don't
be
want to
taught new
stuck in their
tricks.
ways. You're right.
Yeah.
They're stuck. That's just people
Ooh,
mindset.
stuck.
If you're not open
Hmm.
hearted or open minded, you can't learn nothing new.
Yeah.
We're always I learned that we learn from older people and older people learn from us. So
Absolutely.
you're never too old or young to learn or to
That's
start.
right. That's
So,
right.
and I learn from people from all types of walks of life. For some reason, my life, people just want to come up to me and tell me all about their life. And I'm like, I can't walk away. I don't necessarily go out there looking for it, but I'm like, God is testing me or teaching me. So how to speak to people and help them with whatever they're dealing with.
So
I
let me,
do.
I'm gonna tell you something about that. I'm gonna tell you something about that.
Yeah.
When you find random people, right?
Yes.
So when you find random people and you don't know why, sometimes we take a step back and we look at things and we say, I don't know why these people come to me, but I'm gonna tell you something about that. And this is something we've learned. I mean, we go through all the stages of just life development, learning, and aura. And so when you talk about like when I used to be back then, I wouldn't have been, now.
Yeah.
But you know what? The universe or whoever your higher power is shapes us in a way, like you said, if that person would have done what they did, he could have stopped you from being in a major accident on down the road. We don't know.
Yes.
But when you get just random people and you wonder, like, why are they, bringing all their stuff to
Yeah.
me? I'm gonna tell you something about that, and you should be actually very, very proud of yourself because people, when they see a good person at heart, not
Yes.
all, don't get me wrong, not all the time, but sometimes people, if they have the intellectual sense, and
Yes.
they are doing the right things, and and they're positive, or they're not out there, doing all these different things,
Yes.
it actually is kind of like you have a light around you. People, not that you can't see it, but you have a light around you. And just like you and I, when, I had a show with Jessica Javins the night before, and it just connected. I mean, like you could just see that this lady's power of wanting to
Yes.
shine. And I get
Now
that with you.
you
And
have
so,
that aura too.
well,
Now
thank you.
you have a certain type of energy around you, a vibration, and you pick up on it like very strong aura and vibration, and other people pick up on it as well. And that's because you're electromagnetic. So
Oh,
because you're electromagnetic, you automatically attract people, places, and things to you. That's our power. We don't
well,
have
that's,
to
I
teach
mean,
people.
same for you. And that's what I was getting at. People
Yeah,
know the people when they see them. No
yeah,
matter how people try to shake you down, bust you down, it
yes.
doesn't matter. You can't change a zebra's stripes ever. I don't care what you do to a person or try to do, shame on you, but you
Yeah,
can't change a zebra's stripes.
that's right, man.
You
And people,
can't.
yep, people definitely are sent to us for a reason. I'm learning that people will
Yeah.
come to us because that's how we set up our life theme
Yeah.
is to help these people. And some of the time is that a lot of the time we know these people already. Like
Yeah.
me and you
Yeah.
most likely know each other already spiritually
Right.
in a higher realm. And we set up these meetings when we are in the physical just to have
Yeah.
like, these podcast interviews, and we pretend like we don't know each other because that's how we know. This is how reality works.
Right.
Just so you get the excitement out of it, of not
Exactly.
knowing, because the excitement is what raises your vibration,
Patience. Yeah.
manifests your reality and everything that you
Right.
see in it. So that's how I learned to manifest. I learned what excitement is. I learned what emotions are, and I learned how to, how to follow my heart because it leads me to where I need to go. Instead of let my
Oh.
mind take over and lead me to places I don't want to be, I let my heart do the guiding.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
that's my
That's
compass.
powerful. That
Yeah,
is powerful. So let me
yeah,
ask you another question. So all the energy that you bring to this social media, and I'm gonna tell
yes,
you why. We touched a little bit about it, before the show, but
yeah,
all the positive vibrations that you bring to this internet,
yeah,
just looking at it, I mean, it just makes a person just, if they're having a bad day, they look at your content, it's just like, wow, I needed that today.
yeah. I
Share,
hear that.
share, share that with us, like your content.
Yeah, I definitely do get a good feedback. Besides the negative ones, which we'll
Yeah,
touch topic on more, I do
yeah,
get good feedbacks from people, which what actually inspires me to keep going. When people are going through rough times in their life and they see like one of my affirmation videos, one
yeah,
of a reminder of how magnificent they are and
yeah,
how powerful they are. People appreciate it because I'm talking from the heart. I'm not doing it for no reason but genuine love of all beings because I
yeah.
love everyone. I want to see everyone win. And I do it from that place in my heart that when I send out that vibration and that energy, it'll connect to the being that needs it the most. It'll find
Wow.
that being. Even if it's one person, I learned that. Even if it's one person that liked the video, that one person was meant to get it. They were
That's
meant to
right.
receive it. So I don't really care about the people that don't like it. It's the ones
Yeah.
that actually found it useful and valuable. And they actually let me know this every single day. So like I said,
Wow.
with that, that keeps me going every day because people are actually out there and you know, we don't know what people are going through, but to have that feedback of saying that, you know, you don't know how this helped me today because I was going
Yeah.
through a rough time, and just seeing your video or your quotes or your comments or your whatever it may be that helped. And I'm just happy to know that, because that's why God put us here, is to help each other find our light. And
Wow.
my gift, what I learned from my whole near-death experience, is that my gift came in. My gift is to help other people find their gifts. It's to help other people unlock their inner divine gifts, because all of us come with gifts. And when we
Some kind
unlock
of
them,
form.
yeah, when we unlock them, it's like the light within us, the lotus flower within us blooms like our heart chakra, and it opens up,
Right.
and it spreads our aura out into the universe, into the world, and reflects back to us more of what we are. More people like us come to us, and it will keep attracting more of us.
Exactly.
And between us right now and everybody like us, Andre, Jessica,
Jessica. Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what's happening. We're putting out good intention, good vibration, good frequency into the world, and with that, we send for more of ourselves to come to, you know, support us. And
Wow.
that's what we do. We help each other. We push each other up to the light, and we boost each other up. And you know, that's how it's supposed to be. You know,
Wow. And I'm gonna piggyback off of you for a second. So I had a conference call with an attorney last night.
yes,
And it's a female attorney that's actually an attorney for music, but she's also an attorney. She teaches and things like that, which
yeah, that's great.
it's exactly what you just said. You never know who you connect with, because the
Yes,
same people that want to do better things like you and I,
yes,
we find each other. I don't
that's
care
right.
if it's through a connection or
Yeah,
music or whatever it may be. So actually, she's a music attorney as well, and a manager for someone.
yeah,
And so
that
we
is
started
great.
talking about like the different areas, like once she wants to go to Italy and maybe live there,
Yeah,
Paris, that's, where, I'm trying to do my dual citizenship and things like that
yeah,
for.
that's
And
amazing.
so what we talked about, and it's exactly what you said, when you put positive, no, I'm gonna say it this way, when you accept positive light.
Yeah,
And if you even have an inch that something's negative, don't go towards it. And so we
that's
talked
right.
a lot about that. If that
Yeah,
person is not vibing on that same energy, or if your heart, or if your they call it your sixth sense, tell you something's not
yes,
right, you better believe something's not
yes.
right. And
Because your intuitions don't lie.
no, your intuition never
Women,
lies.
women are
And I'm
powerful.
going to say this about us women. I'm not trying to put any male
Very
down, but us women, we're going to do a little bit more investigation on a whole lot of different things, because when you start seeing little things and things that don't add up,
yes, yeah,
something's not right. Because
yeah,
for people's actions and how they do things, something is allowed in order for a person to do whatever it is that's not
yes.
appropriate. So sometimes us women, our intuition, men have good intuition, but not so much like us.
Like as popular as
Something's
women.
wrong.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah,
So
women are very powerful. I'm learning like women are very powerful. That's why they try to actually take and manipulate and control women here, because they know
yeah,
the power of women to heal a whole nation. Because
yeah.
women is the portal into this world. Women bring life into this world. So y'all are goddesses.
Oh
Y'all
wow. We
y'all
don't
bring
get to me.
gods into this world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that now. You're a sun goddess.
Oh
You're a
wow.
sun goddess. We are sun gods. That's
Yeah.
why we're melanated. I'm gonna be honest. Our sun, our power, the
Yeah.
sun charges us up. That's why they tell you not to stare into it. There's a portal in there when you
Is a
look in.
part. That's right.
It opens up. I just did it earlier today. I sun gazed at like 6 a.m. when the sun came up. I watched the planets align, the alignment that
Yeah.
happened earlier. It's our alignment, because we are
Wow.
the stars, and we are
Wow.
aligning ourselves with our highest timeline so that we can accomplish this mission.
That's
But
right.
everything is happening for our own good, and we bring more of ourselves to us to help ourselves on this, like I said, the journey of awakening and ascension, to
Yeah.
awaken the rest of us that want to awaken to the divinity that's inside of them. And men and women have divine masculine and feminine in them. Both of our brains half and half is divine masculine, the other half is divine feminine, the left and the right parts of your brain. That's what that is. And when we synchronize them, we have hemisync. And when we hemisync, that's
That's
how you,
powerful. That's
yeah,
powerful.
we
It's
synchronize our heart
powerful.
now. And when we have mind and heart coherence,
Yes,
now we are emotionally intelligent and we have
that's
mindset
right.
mastery and self mastery. That's how we rule over our emotions and not have our emotions rule over us. So
Take
we can,
over, yeah, take over us. Exactly. You got to be
yeah,
able to drive that. So let me ask you this. Do you get a lot of negative feedback when you're when you're sharing positive content?
yeah, yes. I get a lot of negative. I've been getting negative feedbacks from the very beginning, like, and it's like, especially the more I grew, the more I grew and the more people I reached online, because I'm up to hundreds of thousands of followers right now.
Yeah.
And the more I grow, it's like the more, and it's really, I try not to go too much into the comments. Not that I said I don't want to read them, but I did it so much already. A lot of it was like not all that positive. And I caught myself going back and forth with these people, which is like very draining. It's
Yeah, it's
like,
not worth it. Is
yeah,
it?
because
Yeah, it.
yeah, it's not because some of them act like they want to learn, and then when you can read the comment and realize they don't want to learn by the way they word things, they're just
Right.
being smart, like, just being smart, just to act
Yeah,
like they know, just to see if you know, but you know your stuff, so not they're not gonna
exactly. That's
pull you
right.
out and draw you out. So that's what's happening. I dealt with people for years, and then after a while, I had to start blocking them. I let them stay as long as I could, but then it's like, I had one guy up until recently. This guy followed me for years. I went back and looked at older videos, and
Yeah.
this guy commented on like almost every video, and it's always conflicting with what I'm saying. It's always conflicting with what the person in the video is saying. It's not just me. If I posted somebody like Bashar, which is a channeler, they will conflict with Bashar. But what Bashar is saying is very positive and spiritual,
Yeah.
like about how powerful you are and how you can tap into your power, how to manifest. So it's like,
Yeah.
for somebody to go against that, it's like it shows me that our light shines so bright that certain beings will not like it. They will not appreciate it. But
Mm,
that doesn't mean that you're not doing what's right. That doesn't
right.
mean you're doing something wrong. That just means that they're just not for you. They're not
Wow.
for you. They're not your people. Your people will show up for you and your people will support you. So
That's
all of
right.
these negative people that show up, they're just there to remind you, as a reinforcement, to show you the difference between what positive support look like and what negative.
Negative support look like.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Let me say this. Not
They're
only
still
that,
supporting you, but just negatively.
right, and not
You
only
know?
that, they start getting their little friends and following group to try to,
Yeah, trying to
counterattack
team up
attack you
on you
as
because they
well.
need they need more just to try to
Yeah,
take down the light, but they can't stop the light from
absolutely.
shining because this light is too bright.
That's
This light
right.
will burn you.
That's
So that's what's
right.
gonna happen. They can't stop your light. Your light is shining
Wow.
right now for a reason, because it's your time. It's your
Wow.
time. When it's your time, can nothing stop it. God, the universe will move mountains out your way.
Wow.
Nothing will stop this. That's what's happening right now. Even if I try to stop it, I couldn't stop it. I literally died and came back. So I can't stop
Wow.
it. So definitely they can't stop it. So
Wow.
that's what I learned from this whole experience. If death couldn't stop me, nothing in life could
Nothing.
stop
That's
me. Nothing
right.
in life can stop me. So, that's an experience for us, that when we deal with negative people, we're gonna use them as motivation.
That's
They are
right.
fuel,
They
the
don't
gas,
realize that, do they?
fire.
You're
Yes.
feeling this fire.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Let them keep fueling the fire,
Yeah,
because
keep
it
on
just
feeling
shows you
it.
that you're doing something. If it's irritating them and you're doing the right thing, just keep going. Because
Right.
obviously that you're on the right path. And the way I learn things is that things are gonna show up, like I said, to try to deter you. And
Yeah.
sometimes it really is our own self. It's really just another version of us. It's like, if
Mhm.
you wanted to test yourself without you knowing, you would send another person that look different from you sometimes. Sometimes they
Wow.
might even be looking like us, but they will look different, if it makes sense what I'm saying.
It makes
They
sense.
they will come in all shades and colors. That's what I'm saying. All shades, sizes, and all of that. It doesn't matter, but they'll show up sometime negative. But that's because you're sending yourself to be that way for yourself, to learn something from. Because whatever shows up in our life, if it shows up there, it's showing up for a reason. It got to be
Wow.
a reason why it's showing up. You just got to have to learn how to use your perception and your consciousness to see deeper. Like, what is the reason why this is showing up now? Is it because I need to learn something from this? Like, if people treat you bad in relationships or in life,
In
it's
life.
like, they're teaching us how to set boundaries and how to value ourselves.
That's
If
right.
people don't love us and they don't value us, they don't see our worth, they don't respect us, that's to teach us self-respect, to value ourselves, to see our own worth, to know our own worth, and to have boundaries, to set boundaries and to stand on those boundaries. That's why we deal with negative people in our life.
You know
It's to
why? I like that. So, God, gosh, I've been a life coach and motivational speaker for about 15 years. And
that's
so
amazing.
everything what you're saying, and I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah,
Yes.
and it rims, gosh, and it rims off of like this umbrella. So everything that I do, it comes back to whether it's my medical, it just
Yeah.
everything comes back
Full
into
circle.
my umbrella
Yes.
completely. And so when we talk about, gosh, you just hit that right, like it was 100%. When you talk about setting boundaries, like I even talk about that with my clients, people don't understand you have the power to do whatever it is you want to do in life.
That's right.
Only you can stop that person from treating you any kind of way,
Yes.
saying things about you any kind of way, whether it
Yes.
be step out of their life. You know, if there's something that's not positive for you, you got to make a decision. And a lot of
That's
times
true.
we call that trauma bonding. We call it
Yeah,
trauma bonding
that's
because a
true. A
lot
lot
of
of people do it.
people because a lot of people they start from childhood. And I hate to keep bringing this up because they do, because that trauma bonding that they learned from their parents, it's instilled there. It's not like they just said, I'm gonna go trauma
Program.
bond everybody because I can do it. It's learned behavior. And so when
Yes.
these kids get a certain age, and it's not just because they grow up and then they're like that. You got adults that hit 40 and they're acting, out of this world.
Childish.
But when
Yes.
you get in any kind of relationship, any kind of friendship, any kind of anything,
Yes.
you have the power to stop it. That trauma bonding is real because a lot of people either they codepend on that person because they have
That's true.
nowhere to go because that person keeps feeding all of this negative, and so the universe is not telling them anything different. That's all they know because they keep hearing this, so then it knocks them down.
Yeah.
They have no confidence, they have no
Yes.
motivation, and then they want to instill it on the next person because they're feeling a certain
Yeah.
way. And
Because
so
they like misery loves
that
company.
misery loves company.
Yeah,
I just
it's a
put that
real
out.
thing.
Oh
It's real.
wow.
It's real. And
Wow.
I learned about that one. So what happens when people
Wow.
trauma bond, what they're really
Whew.
doing is they're courting you. So when people
Yes,
come and dump all their drama and trauma on you,
that's right.
it's basically like it's kind of like making you live the same thing.
That
I'm not
wow.
explaining this the best way I can explain it. It's because we're
Wow.
gods. We're real
Wow.
gods and goddesses. So when somebody tells you all of this trauma and all of this, it's like they're setting up you to experience it now. They're
It,
literally trying to set you up to experience, but without knowing
without
you.
knowing,
Yes,
without
yes,
knowing.
because
Now,
it's the way this reality works.
so I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that. Maybe so, intentionally or not so intentionally. So
Yes,
they're so wrapped up in the old way, non-intentionally,
yes,
that's just who they are.
it's the
But
program.
they're programmed. But for people that are deceitful, that's intentional. And so
Yes,
when they carry all that garbage behind, intentionally, they try to
Manip-
trauma bond you in a way
yes,
to make you look, be on, not look, stay on that level that they are. But
yeah,
unfortunately, like
right,
you said, you and
right.
I are we're way different. And
You're
so
aware of
you
it,
can't,
so you
you
know how
can't.
to spot it.
That's
That's
right.
true.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely true because people are put there for that purpose. And from what I'm learning is that people are programmed from like 1 to 7 or 1 to 8.
One to
We
eight.
all receive, yeah, we all receive the program from when we were kids. And we live with this program, like you said, up until 40, 50, 60, until you
Mhm.
start to question, why do I believe this is true? You literally got to go and ask yourself, why do I believe that this is okay?
That's
And
right.
where did I get this belief from? Who gave me this belief? I got
That's
it from
right.
church. I got it from school. I got it from my parents, from society. You're literally picking up a bunch of beliefs that are not your beliefs.
That's
And you're,
right.
yeah, then you're lugging them around like a bunch of luggages and baggages because really you have no baggage of your own. So when we encounter people with these luggages and baggages, they start to weigh us down because I'm going to tell you, dealing with somebody that has these issues, it takes a
Ugh.
toll on a person's mental psyche.
Yes, it does. It's
This is why
exhausting.
I don't even know if I want to go down this line. I don't even know if I should speak on what I was about to say, but
Hey, you know
this,
what's, as long as it's not, like
yeah,
triggering,
this is why people
say it.
harm themselves,
Yeah,
man. I
say
gotta
it.
say, this is why people harm themselves here, man. That's why a lot of men harm themselves, a lot of women harm themselves because
Yes,
they
indeed.
deal with people that's like attacking them mentally. Even if it doesn't seem like it, if a person is constantly like like dumping all their negativity on you, and you're highly positive. You're doing your best to stay positive. You
Right.
keep sharing light with them. You keep
Right.
sharing your energy with them, but they're depleting it because they're
It's
just
exhausting
so negative. People don't know how exhausting that is to deal with negative people. And
every day.
yes, and it's like, how can you be the positive one all the time? People don't realize how overwhelming that is. Like it's like a toll on a person's mind. I don't know how people that do therapy can do it. I don't like therapists got to go to therapy too because it's a whole lot of stuff
Well,
dumped on
well,
you.
but here's the thing. I am a therapist. So here's the thing. We see hundreds of people, and so when
Yeah.
you look over a 3 month time, we see thousands of people, whether
Oh,
they're,
and
I
it's
see 7 year olds, I see 80 year.
oh
It doesn't matter, but
yeah,
it's
that's
exactly what you said.
yeah,
We have learned in our field some, but if you've
yeah,
had past trauma and you haven't dealt with that, and then you
yeah.
try to become a counselor or a therapist, you're going to have some demons, because
Oh yeah.
sometimes what people bring to you may trigger you.
Rehashes your own stuff.
They cast their own spells.
Yeah,
But for someone like me, not everybody's not like me, but I've
yeah,
learned, because I've been a nurse for over 25 years
yes,
also. I've learned that through the pain, through the death, through the dying, not that
yeah,
we don't care, but we have been molded and we've been shaped. What I
yeah,
have, I'm gonna say me, because I don't know, a lot of people can't. I've
yes,
learned to, I call it thick skin, because if you bring
yeah,
that stuff home with you every single day,
yeah. It
it
takes a
will
toll
tear
on
you. And then
your
you get all this garbage on
life.
social media. People don't understand. But do we all need therapists? Maybe, maybe not. We all need someone to talk to. And
True.
they will say, if you're a therapist or I'm a medical professional, everybody needs someone to talk to,
That's
not in
right.
a bad way. When you say, "Oh, I'm seeing a therapist," they
Yeah,
must,
yeah, not negatively, like
yeah, it's not that
in
way.
a positive light, where you help each other
That
um get through whatever you might
that's
be going.
right. That's
And
right.
I actually thought about that before too. At some point, before I became who I am now, who I'm becoming,
Yeah.
I'm like, just to try to work with certain people that were going through their own stuff. I'm like, is that the step I have to take to get them to become better? I'm gonna have to go to therapy with them to make them realize that they need help. But
Uh,
you
Sometimes
can't really
people,
force people. You gotta
you
really have them
cannot.
make their own choices. I learned,
Yeah.
and like I said, people are put there by us
Yes.
for a reason. It's like I learned it's for either they're put there for a reason or for a season. So it might not be forever, it might be temporary, but it's
Yeah.
never a bad thing when people come and leave your life. It's sometimes a good thing because
It's a good
whatever
thing.
lesson you're meant to come and share, even if they did it negatively, it was a lesson nonetheless that you needed to learn and move on from. And when we don't learn that lesson, it just keeps repeating, even in different people. Like the universe, God would send us different people with the same problems if we didn't figure out what that problem is in ourselves to
That's right. That's right.
and
Because
that's like traumas.
yeah, and that's like, if you move that person out of the way, there's millions of more that's just like that.
Yeah, with
And
the
so you
same
got to
exact
be
problem.
exactly. So
Like,
you got to.
man,
Mhm.
this
You,
cannot be. But go ahead,
I
son.
don't know. You got to, man. We're hitting the hit. I'm telling you, this is
Yeah.
real. I mean, it's like they come. So
Yes,
even if you try to move that person, you're gonna always have somebody like-minded just like them, in any, whether it's a positive way or not. And so
yes,
it still comes down to exactly what you said close to the beginning. Nobody can change a person, but you can change yourself. So whatever
yes.
you bring
That's
in that
great.
light, you're bringing that positive vibes.
That's
That's all
great.
that we can do for anybody. I'm not going to try to change a person. If you don't like me, I really don't
Don't care.
care. Because here's
Exactly.
the thing, I know who I am. I know I'm a
Yes.
good person. I know that, hey, if I see something, I'm going to call it like it is. You may not like it, or you may, try to, throw your little negative, vibes out there. It just doesn't matter. You're not going to change somebody that's real,
That's
ever,
true. You just got to
ever.
stand in your light, stand in your light, stay in your
That's
power,
right.
and just keep being that light that you are. Keep shining your light, even when people are negative about it. Just keep being
Ugh.
honest, keep being true to yourself, because that's what's aligning us with our higher timelines. When we're completely honest, when we're being our true self, the universe just literally unfolds like everything forces unfolds in divine timing. All the
Right.
doors open up, all the manifestations is at the door
Yeah.
waiting to flow in, to us. Everything is literally there. It's just realizing things for what they are and then removing certain things out of our life. Because from what I'm learning is that um everything that we want already exists. Like manifestation wise, we're literally manifesting every moment of the day. So everything already exists in our life that we need. We just have to learn to let go of the things that we don't need.
Don't need.
Yes, because they're hindering our
That's
manifestations. I'm
right.
learning like they're like blocking that from coming to us. Everything that
Wow.
needs to get away from us is doing its best to get away from us, and everything that needs to come to us is doing its best to come to us. But it can't come until we let go. It's like practicing detachment. We have to learn to detach
That's
ourselves
right.
from, yeah, from certain things like people, places, and
People.
things.
Hmm.
Yes, so that we don't have this attachment. So when you are, whatever you're dealing with, you're able to like, let go of things. And when you're able to let go of certain things, that you're not spiritually attached to it or energetically attached to it. That's what keep people anchored in certain low vibration, because they don't know how to just let go of like past life
People, things.
hurt,
Yeah.
past life
Yeah.
trauma. Yeah, I'm not saying that people didn't get hurt, bad things didn't happen to you. I'm not saying none of
Absolutely.
that. I'm
Right.
saying
Right.
things happen, but to heal from it, you have to realize that it happened for your own benefit. Because
Wow. Wow. Wow.
my I'm gonna use myself as an example. I had to experience the hardest life. I had to experience the hardest life. And I realized after going through all that stuff that I chose that life. That if I didn't choose this hard life, I would have never learned the stuff that I'm learning to even teach this stuff back to people. So I took the hardest path to learn the hardest, or I would say the greatest lessons of life.
So let me ask you this. So do you think, now, don't get me wrong, but I
Yes.
want to ask this very important question. Do you think that if that near death experience wouldn't have happened, that you would have been who you are today?
No.
Wow.
No, I think I might have been still fighting to wake up. I probably would have been
Wow.
still fighting to wake up from what this world is, because it is so programmed into us that it's hard for many people to see what it is. So it took it took a very traumatic experience to
Ooh,
do it, and
wow.
and the craziest thing is it kept happening to me. I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment. Like I've
No,
been
they
through.
call that a wake-up call.
Yeah, yeah. Now I can look back and see that's what pain is. Pain is
Yeah.
like a reminder to me
Yeah.
that I'm here to do something when I forget that I'm here. I'm
Wow.
here on a mission. Yeah, it
Wow.
reminded me I got a mission, and my mission is to help the light beings find their way out of the dark by being the way shower and being the light, the way, and the truth. Because all of us are the light, the way, and the truth. We are the ascension and the light.
Let me ask you something. Have you thought about writing your own biography of things? You have a
Yes,
story to tell.
yes, I'm actually thinking about writing manifestation books, law of
Yeah.
attraction books, and my own, like you said, my own story. I
Wow.
just like I'm working on where to start, because so many things are happening for me right now. It's just happening so
Time.
fast that, yeah, it's like I gotta slow down my manifestation because they're coming in so fast that my
But just bring
words,
it out to the universe. Bring it
yeah,
out to the
my,
universe.
my words, I'm watching it happen in front of my eyes, and it's blowing my own mind. So I, I said
Wow.
this, I said this a couple weeks, like a month or so ago, about doing podcasting, and all of it just started happening
And here
so
you
fast.
are.
And yes, I'm doing them. So it's like now I'm like, what do I do from here? I know that I want to reach more people and help more people, and that's what me and Andre is talking about doing, is starting our own podcast to reach more people, and
Yeah.
gather more people like us. And it's a lot right now, because like I said, to really know that you're the one creating it, and it's like it's the most amazing thing to witness, is the witness that you're creating your own life. Your dreams are
Wow.
coming through, and you're
Yeah.
the one making your dreams come into reality. And I want to let the whole world know that every single one of us is a manifester. Every single
Right.
one of us is an ascended master, a
That's
master.
right.
We just made ourselves forget. So to have a physical experience, like I was saying early on, we we had to forget that we're gods, because if you realize God is all knowing and all powerful, if you knew you were God or goddess, you wouldn't be able to trick yourself to have this
That
experience. It's
that's
kind of like
right.
what you're doing. You're kind of
Yeah.
like tricking yourself into
Yeah.
thinking that you're a regular human. You're making yourself think you're a regular human so that you can go through life to discover more of who you are, which is remembering yourself. That's what knowledge is. Knowledge is knowing, like knowing thyself. So
Right.
your knowledge is really coming from knowing who you are.
That's
And
powerful. Wow.
yeah, so that's why they say knowledge is power. The application of knowledge is power. So that's what
Wow.
I'm doing. I'm unlocking this knowledge within me and I'm sharing it with the world, and so that they can unlock the power within themselves and create the world that they desire, because all of us have the power to shift our reality to the reality that we prefer. Even though we see chaos happening in the world, whatever's happening, negative people, negative drama, it's all playing out because this life cycle that we're going through is the end of this life cycle. And all of the negative stuff got to come out into the world so that we see what we prefer and what we don't prefer. So
Right.
all of it is coming out into the media and out into the world. Everybody's going to see the world for what it is and what we are.
Yeah.
And they said that 1,000 people meditated in the city, and 1,000, advanced meditated in the city that was high violence, high crime rate, and they were able to lower the crime rate in that city.
Um,
Yes.
let me ask you something. There was a city, and I can't remember, and it might have been a cultural city that at a certain time they do manifestations, they just shut everything down. And I think one part of it was it I was in Indonesia.
Oh, that's amazing.
But I'm conservative Jewish, so we have our own thing. But I
Yeah.
think over in Indonesia, they had like a certain time where things just shut it down to
Yeah.
where actually you can not so much, well, it would be manifest. They're
Yeah.
manifesting
Yep.
their ritual.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
that would be something amazing to see and be a part of, because what I've been seeing lately that I want to share
It's
with the world.
amazing.
Yeah, I've seen they got schools in India of kids that are levitating things with their
That's
mind.
right. Yep.
They're literally these kids, and it blows my mind because I know it's real. And I'm starting to follow a bunch of people that's doing that right now. They're able to levitate. They're able to close doors and open doors, move when I have the ability to, the have the wind come to me.
Right.
And we all have this ability. When I chant,
Wow.
the wind picks up. We all have powers, every single one of us. And to see now that the world is becoming more open-minded and receptive to people having divine powers. And that's what Jesus was trying to tell us. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
get all religious, but that's what he was trying to tell us,
Well, I
that
mean,
yeah, that we're all Christ. Every single one
yeah.
of us. This is on the CIA website. So anybody that's watching us now on live, go do your own research.
Do your
Go.
research.
What I'm saying right here, right now,
That's
is a
right.
hundred percent true. Everything I say, I back up with the proof on my
Oh,
pages.
I know you're telling the truth because what I saw in even so I started off at a synagogue. It was out of the Chicago area. It's a
Yes,
Meshia, a Nashia Med, and that's where I actually started, my Jewish culture with. And it's
yes,
been years ago. And the
mhm,
way we had to levitate and meditate, not so
yes,
much of bringing, try to seek powers in, but it was more of the connection as us as one. And so
that's
when you
right.
talk about positivity, when you talk about cultural, and when you
Yeah,
talk about just being one and
that,
protecting one,
that's
that's
right.
what it was about. And it felt, you know what? If they said, Katina, would you go up there tonight and go and do this versus
Yes,
like listen to what society got to say outside of, our culture, I would say
yeah,
absolutely I would. Because people don't understand when you're connected in a way that makes
yes.
people feel safe, and make people feel like they're part of a society that's connected.
That's
It's a
love.
wonderful feeling, and it's a positive feeling.
That's
It's
love and
positive.
positivity. Yes,
Mhm.
that's exactly how life should be. We should all have a community, a safe space that we can all be ourselves and
Yeah,
express ourselves without any judgment or any
that's
any of
right.
that.
That's
Because
right.
God doesn't judge us. Only people
Only
judge.
humans. Hmm.
Yeah, God don't judge because we're God, so God wouldn't judge God.
Right.
So it's just
Absolutely.
it's a human mind thing. It's like, a lower mindset thing. And once people are able to get past it, they realize the oneness, that everybody is really one being, interconnectedness. The more we love each other, the more love we will receive back from the
That's right.
universe.
That's
And
right.
really start within yourself. The more you love yourself, the more the universe will send you more love. So all of it start from within, man. And it's great to have more people like that around you, because
Mhm.
you can feel love. You know what love feel like. You feel positivity. You know what that feel like. So it's a great feeling to be around people like that. The atmosphere got
So,
to be
so
spectacular.
I'm gonna say something, man. This is powerful. So I'm gonna say this. So when you
Yes,
talk about, respect, love, trust and things like that. So, so when you, and some people don't like this, so I'm gonna bring this out here too because I hear it all the time, and this is something like me, you and I, hey, we're aligned. And so
definitely.
look at what you just said, like this man behind me right here, Kenny G. What people don't understand when you love somebody, there's a part of, oh, I love him, he's so great. But then there's a whole nother intellectual side of
Yes,
loving someone in a way of not because you're upset, if you're upset, that's different, which that's going, whatever. But with
yeah,
like for me speaking about him, and a lot of times people don't like that because when you try to shine on a
yes,
person you care about, no matter who it is, it could be your parents or whoever your siblings.
yeah.
But when you shine your light on someone like him, and you're bringing out that positive vibe, or you're speaking the truth, not so
That's
much to
right.
get the attention or to, oh my God, I love you, because whatever, but
Yes,
it's real. And people know when it's real because you're not going to fake it. You're not going to fake it till you make it. You're not going to put out, stuff that's not valuable. But for
that's right.
me, when I say that I love that man, it's not something that I take lightly. I don't use that word to play with.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
true.
I don't use it to do that. And so when I express myself, like, I'm all over social media about this man, and nobody's gonna break me down from that. But you get
Yeah,
not all kind, because a lot of
um,
people, believe it or not, we're talking about positivity, but they're receptive. They're like, oh my God,
yeah, yeah,
And I hate to say this, but the culture over in another country is
yeah.
more connected than people here in the United States. You got the neck, oh my God, she likes
True.
it. But over
That's
in
true.
another country, they're like, oh my God, like this is wonderful. This is
You're
great.
welcome.
They're welcoming you to it. And
Yeah.
so when
Sometimes
we talk
it's
about respect and love, it's a whole different thing. There's a difference. There's 10 kind of different ways of saying you love somebody.
that's
But when
right.
you put it out there, for people, when I put that stuff out there, it's not to be taken lightly because when I say, how people say you're my ride or my die, not that, you're gonna die, whatever. But I
Yeah,
will go to bat, protect, honor. And if I don't see something I don't like, you better believe it's coming to the forefront. You don't have to like me, because I'm
that's
going to
true. It's
tell it
good.
like it is.
That's good to be that way because that's being authentic and that's living in your heart center, your heart chakra, and expressing how you truly feel. And really, all that matters is how you feel and how he feel. What everybody else think and feel
I
do
don't
not
care.
matter.
That's
It do
right.
not matter. So it's really about you two. And then I learned that it's good for us to express our love, man, and not hold back because that's really like we come from love. We're made from love. We're unconditionally
Absolutely.
so when we
Unconditionally.
embody
That's
that
right.
love, that's a powerful force right there. So, you know, people try to shine negativity on it, but they can't shine negativity on positive light because
No,
that
they
light is
can't.
brighter. You can't outshine this light. So that's
No,
really it. So that's just how it is. You're just gonna have to just keep being who you are, keep expressing yourself, and keep loving yourself, and just show that that's how this world is. That you are really here to do what you're meant to do from your heart. And when we're
wow.
embodying that, can't nothing ever stop that.
Or change it. I mean, you can't change what you love. And number two, you can't change what you want that you can't have. And, and
Yes,
don't instill it on, other people because you're not there. And I see that a lot. I hear my clients, they'll say, my boyfriend, or, whatever it may be, why don't they, you can't change what people don't want. You
exactly.
can't change what people don't want to
Can't
hear.
force. You can't force
You
anything.
you can't force anything. You
Yep.
can't force, like, if
Can't
you want
change
a
them,
new
but you
car.
can't force them.
Right. If you want a new car and you don't have the money for it, you can't force somebody to give it to you.
Exactly.
But you got to be in acceptance of who you are and live with it. But don't put it on other people because you can't have what you can't have.
That's right. That's what I learned too. It's like I learned that you gotta love yourself. Like
Love yourself.
each individual is responsible for their own love.
That's
And
right.
nobody is responsible for to make you feel any type of way because I learned that our own feelings come from inside of us.
Inside of us.
So nobody has power over us to make us feel any type of way. Now, if we choose to love somebody and we love them, we express that. That's
Right.
different because we choose because that love is really coming from ourselves.
Right.
So and then you feel the love they have for you, we accept that. But if it's not authentic, if it's not true or real, then yeah, you're gonna definitely be able to tell because of how their actions are not lining up with their
With it
words.
is
And
absolutely.
you feel it because really, to tell you the truth, our heart has an aura. It's the toroidal spiral and comes out from your heart. This spiral of energy goes to the other person's energy field and it connects with them and it tells you if this person is worth you dealing with. It's like your vibe. How
Yeah,
we what's the vibe, how
yeah,
good vibes, positive vibes. That's what it is.
right.
You're literally you're so powerful, you're able to use your heart to check other people's hearts and their vibration to see if they're worth you.
You're even dealing with absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
you
just like
you
looking.
know,
It's kind of like relationships. If that person, if you like something, it doesn't. Where however it may be,
yeah,
if even if the person doesn't care for you or don't like you, at least
yeah,
be a great friend, but in a positive way. But don't go
yeah,
behind somebody's back to play like you're a friend, but then you're hurting everybody else on the outside. That's one
yeah,
thing I can't stand. Don't say you care about somebody, but you're tearing other people down under the surface, but you're
yeah,
saying you're a good person, but you're on these social medias flying things around and calling people names and putting stuff on their
yeah,
chats. Don't
yeah.
do that. Don't
I
do that.
know, I
Oh,
know people like that on here.
ugh.
I actually dealt with a guy like that recently on a troll that you're speaking about.
Trollers,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that definitely made sense. Like that, that go for those type of people too, because the guy act like he was sharing positivity and but he was counteracting what I was saying positive.
That's
But when I
right.
went on the stage, it was like, what is this? How are you telling people that you're God and you're this? But when I said I'm crazy, something wrong with me.
And
So
then
it's like people are just very funny, man. It's
It's
like,
weird. It's weird. It's
yeah,
weird. And then they start
it's
putting,
real.
then they go to other people comments, putting comments about you under other people. Like you can't,
Yeah,
like what you really don't know. And people don't understand this. You don't know who a person knows.
yes, it's true. It's true because everybody is connected one way or another. They might just not know it. So like I was saying, everything is interconnected, and Facebook tend to show this in a way that you might not be friend with that person, but that person,
It's
you
friends with
know,
somebody you know,
somebody that you know.
and they're
So
gonna
that's
tell
how
you,
that go. So
right?
that's what they say, like the third degree. Everybody knows somebody, like separation by the third degree or something
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
So
Yep.
yes, in all reality, we all know each other, but even on a higher level,
I'm
we
not,
all literally know each
this
other.
is so unreal. This is
When it gets
unreal.
deeper,
This is, and when you think you're
the
doing
negative
something,
level.
you just don't realize. And they got to remember this too. You brought this up earlier, but I'm gonna swing
Yeah,
it around again. What they don't realize is that if that person is not on the same negative vibration as you,
yeah,
they're gonna let somebody know. Little do you know,
that's true. That's true because
they
really,
don't like, they don't want that stuff.
we have the choice to choose to stoop down to their level to
Thank
match
you.
their vibration.
Stoop to their level.
It's crazy because a lot
Yes.
of people in our society, in I would say the culture, they like to say, "I'm going to match that energy." I would say, don't match
Don't
negative
match
energy.
it.
Don't match it. If they're negative and they low vibrational,
Don't
vibrate,
match it. Don't
raise
match
their
it.
vibration up.
You
Let them
actually
raise their vibration up to match you.
Right. And not only that, don't ever match it, but I will say this, don't match it, but also don't show a person that you're not on the level of I'm gonna say this very nicely.
Yeah.
You're not on the level of being stepped on.
Yes, that's right. Sometimes, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm highly spiritual now, but there's times where I have to let people know, like,
You got that right. And I will. I have no in a
yeah,
professional manner. I don't care.
yeah, this is not the person you want to try any of those mind
No,
games with.
you don't because it don't
You're not
work.
working.
It does
Because
not
I've been
work.
across a couple of people and they try that with me, and I just don't accept it.
Well, and the thing about it too is that when they try to swing false, negative stuff around or proclaim to make people think things are real or visual, but
Yeah.
for example, Kenny G, if I see something negative, and people don't get me wrong, it's everywhere. But if I'm a person of integrity,
Yes,
it's more like I'm going to make sure that he's protected. Even what's that old saying?
that's
Protect me
right.
even when I'm not in the room,
Yeah,
you
that's a
know?
you're a good goddess, man, and it shows in your character that he can definitely rely on you to make sure that no matter if he's not there, not that his name is spoken very
And
highly of.
very highly of, and it's not going to be false. And this is my boy. No, because here's the thing: we know better. And
Yeah.
and you don't tear people down that you care about, or you don't put things out there that you don't care about. Period.
Yes.
If you have your family members, your mom, your dad, it goes for anybody that if they're in a good intention. Now, if they're not in good intentions, I hate to say this, you're on your own because if you don't want to listen, you just don't want to listen. But for example, him, I'm not gonna, if you get trolls on there and you get fans on there, oh my God, his music is
Yeah.
not this or that. You know what? His music speaks for itself, and you're not where he is. So unfortunately,
True.
he's doing something right. But you protect the person no matter what it is, if he's in the room or if he's not. Not that you're only, oh my God, they're talking about him. You got to get through that stuff because everybody's going to talk about somebody.
That's
But
right.
but for
Yep.
a person to understand that you're real, and when you say you got them, even when they're not in the room.
Yeah. That's great to have somebody like that, man, because you don't find a lot of people like that out there because people are like very I would
Phew.
say they're conditioned. They're conditional. Like everything comes with a condition. It's not
Yes,
unconditional love, it's conditional. Like
that's right.
oh, I would only love you and show you the affection if you do this, that, and the
If you
third.
do this, I come around every,
Yeah.
blue moon. It don't work that way.
Yeah, so it's like life is like literally what we make it. So as long as you putting out that good intent, good energy, everything
Yeah,
you do and say is from the heart, it will just keep showing up in your life. More of that will come to you.
that's right.
And the people that knows it will feel it and see it as well too. And it won't be no mistake in it. And
Oh,
that's
wow.
why we resonate with each other and vice versa with you and Jessica and Andre. It's like people like that are us. We're all each other, just different
That's
aspects
right.
of each other. And like he's another aspect of you, and we're just sent to each other to help each other along our life's journey and
Wow.
becoming better versions of ourselves. So yeah, we encounter certain things that we might not prefer on the way, but we just learn that we don't
That's
prefer them.
right.
We learn to choose better because we are we are the stars of our own movie. We are the writers, directors, producers, and the stars of our
Everything.
own.
That's
Yes.
right.
So you have the power to change the script if you don't like it and
Wow.
change the scene, all of that. You
Wow.
literally like mistakes to me are like mistakes in a movie shoot. You have to
Yeah.
take that shot over again. You might have stumbled. It doesn't mean you fail. Failure means your first attempt at learning.
That's
So
right.
yeah, so certain things happen in our life for us to learn from relationships, um, family, friends, certain things. They're all put there by us for us to learn from, and it's never a negative thing if you're able to extract the good, positive out of it, even if it seems negative. You can
Yeah.
turn it into a positive with your powers.
This is, oh wow. And as that saying goes, we just gonna keep on keeping on
Yeah,
because this is what I know. You're never gonna change, you're never gonna change me. You're never gonna change my thought. You're never gonna
exactly.
change how I feel about a person. You can do whatever, you can say this person is this because this is what I know, and not just with him, it's just with anybody. If I see
Yeah,
something, I'm not saying, go save a world, don't get me wrong, but if I have a true connection and there's honesty and integrity involved and I know somebody's doing something wrong, and even that goes for you, if I see something wrong, I'm gonna say, hey, I don't know if you know this, but you might want to watch this because this, and I'm gonna say it like this. I do it in a way of if I know that it's potentially will affect you, you better
yes.
believe I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, it's good to have you want to have someone like that around, like
Yeah.
you, because you don't want people around you that's just yes man, yes woman, that's
Yeah, I
just
don't do that.
and they don't ever like in a sense okay, and ever sorry my sister, but ever in the sense of what is it? Try to knock you off your course.
That's
Like,
right.
yeah, that's just how it works. Sometimes things happen, but it's always for a good reason. Pardon
Right.
me. We have to fresh that again so I can go over it correctly. I
Yeah.
just had a little inner
Oh, you're good. Wow, but it is what we make it in. I'm telling you, what you're doing out there is
yes,
wow. I don't see a lot of that. I see, different things here and there on the social media, but
yes,
just the way you're bringing in the connections and the content and being real. And what a lot of people don't understand, sometimes with people when they go through things, you got
yes,
to know how to use it. Now, there's a difference in that. You got to
yes.
know how to use things for the positive and not for your benefit, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Don't let it use you because that's what I learned. Like the mission I'm on now, and I'm doing my best to do things from the heart. And it's not hard.
Right.
I'm following my heart, and if it says to help people, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna help people. If people need
That's
help,
right.
whatever way I can help them, I'm gonna help them. And it's like
Wow.
um at the same point as that, I know God gave us a gift, and our gift is meant to be used and not
Yeah.
like just squandered. So all of us have this gift. You have this gift. We all have
Wow.
this gift. And this gift
Wow.
is now it's actually coming out of us now. And that's what's happening with the podcast. You're able to share your gift with the world, and
Yeah.
they're receive it in a positive light. And forget the people that don't receive it positively. That's
Right.
it's not going to affect you because we're not here to change or save anybody.
No,
We're
no, no, no. And it is good intentions too.
yeah,
Everything is developed out of good intentions and not for the sake of somebody else, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. It's just to really share good information with people
That's
to help
right.
them have the tools to help themselves to better themselves.
That's
And
right.
like I said, you're doing God's work because you're already helping people in the line of work you're in, and now you're actually doing it in another form, coming out
Yeah.
with the podcast and then sharing your life experience with people and actually bringing on other people like myself and other people like
Is the
yourself to
absolutely.
share their light. So what you're doing is actually a great thing, and I see it going way further. Like the way I think, I'm reaching to reach billions of people
Oh,
because I
wow.
know what's going on in the world, and if sharing this information with them will help them realize who they are, that's my goal. If I could do anything on this earth before I leave, is to let people realize the gift they got inside of them, their divinity,
Wow.
and let their light
Wow.
shine bright, so that can nothing stop this light from shining inside of us. You
That
know,
is amazing. That is amazing. Well, with that being said, I just want to, sometimes, people on the day and day, hustle and bustle of things, you never know, like when you have the time to sit down and just talk to, like-minded people with some,
yes,
with positive sense, it's a reflection of it makes you look forward in life, like, where do I want to be? Is this where I am? Is this where I want to be? Is this, this all of this stuff around me? Do I think of, do I just need to, put some things to the side and just say, you know what, it's time to just start evolving and doing, whatever, me, or just doing, it makes
yeah,
you look at a different light, as if, you know what, life is short.
yeah,
And, a lot of people, either they're on your side or they're not. And I'm not looking for anybody to be on my side. I am who I am.
yeah.
If
Who's
you don't,
comes
if you
come from?
don't, yeah, I mean, if you don't like it, I can have a friend of one person. I really don't care. Not that
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
sociable. I
lost.
talk to everybody,
Yeah,
but I don't need people to validate me. Is
yeah.
I
I'm
think
that
that's what
way
I
too.
need.
I cut people off
I'll
to
cut them
get
off in a minute. If I see it's
this
not right,
level
I'm
that
going
I'm
to cut
getting
you
to.
off.
I had to let people go. And
Yep.
that's what I'm learning. That's that whole thing we were talking
Yep.
about earlier. To let your
Yep.
blessings come through, your abundance, you have to like shake the leaves. You got to let the
Let
leaves
it
like,
go. If
fall
it's
now.
not
Leaves
serving
gotta fall.
you, if it's
Yeah.
not serving you, let it go.
Yes, exactly. If it's not serving that, you said it perfectly. If it's not serving you, you have to let it go because sometimes we try to hold on to things and it's really not
It's not,
helpful. It's not beneficial to your life for where you're heading in life.
yeah,
It will not serve you there.
that's
So
right.
that's why we have people like you now, us coming together because this is what's happening now. We're aligning ourselves with more like-minded beings, more like-minded souls, more like-minded spirits
That's
to
right.
help our each other now on our way to our whatever our purpose is, because each of us have our own purpose,
Right.
but it's all basically leading us to the same path. It's all leading us to the same path.
You know what? Wow.
It might be in a
Wow.
different way of getting
It
there,
is
but it's
a different way of getting there,
might be a
but we're
different
all
road,
going to
but it's all
connect.
leading to the same path.
That's
Yeah.
right. Oh
So
my
that's
gosh.
why we're having this whole
Yeah,
meeting right now is because, like I said, this is like divine time and divine connection. This was already destined to happen before
that's
me.
right.
Yes, even met. This was already destined to happen. Like I'm watching and my ears keep ringing. This is how I get downloads. My higher self speaks to me through these frequencies, and these frequencies get turned into words or images. And I share.
My ears are burning.
Yes, we get different signals from the universe. We just learn to catch up on
You
them,
learn to
and
catch up on them, right?
yeah, they're telling us things like we're on the right path. and what we're saying is correct, and what we're doing is right. We just
Right.
got to keep following it, and greatness awaits us. You know,
Wow. This
doing
is a
God's work is nothing but greatness in front of us. It's
wow.
like I tell people, if we're manifesting a dream and we're following this path, it's only time before we reach there. If it's ahead of us, we're gonna reach it.
That's
It's
right.
there. It's no rate. It's no way that you're not
There's
gonna
no
get
way. You
right.
know, and the thing about that is, I'm just going to end with this. And the thing about that is that the only way that that can be stopped, and nothing can stop God's work. I don't care
Yeah,
how you slice and dice it. The
that's right.
only thing that can stop that is you.
Yes, as if you
That's
try to
it.
self sabotage yourself, and then you have to do what you would have to do. The only way that could happen is if you lay down and don't get up.
And just don't get.
Just go lay down in the ball and curl up like that guy said in that old song.
He said, "No, we're gonna move you."
And whatever. And then, that's the only way that could ever happen is if you literally gave up completely.
Completely.
I want the whole world to notice that we're so powerful that we cannot fail. There's no
Oh
such
my
thing as
God.
failure.
Wow.
Failure is when you just completely just give up.
Just
There's
like
no
that.
such thing as failure. You got to just keep going. I
That's
guarantee you,
hilarious.
anybody that made it, they will tell you that they had to overcome challenges and obstacles. I welcome challenges and obstacles.
Me,
These
exactly.
help us grow
That's right.
as light beings, as spirits, as
That's right.
human people.
That's right.
We need them,
Wow.
you know.
Wow.
But
Well,
yeah, I know you do have things to do, and I know we're looking forward to this next interview already because
oh, you know what? You know
topic.
what? And I'll catch you offline because I want to set up a second one like really, really fast because what's happening is well, there's a lot of stuff happening. I'm
Yeah.
actually I just developed me and my crew, we have what you call SNK, Essence Magazine. And
Yes.
so that magazine is going to be like a highlight of, different things, whether it's health, beauty, motivation,
Yes.
empowerment, all that stuff.
That's
And so
powerful.
and I have my record label. So the things that I'm doing, I want to not just be stagnant. I want it to be worldwide, and
Yeah,
it takes steps and things have to, evolve. But at
I
the
can
same
see
time,
that.
like you said, manifesting, something that's here in the now, you never
Yeah.
know when it'll take off. So I don't never give people a price tag on when. I just know that, for people, like you, I really want to get you on that magazine, and different people, rolling out my series and things like
Yeah.
that. And so that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing. And I
I'm looking
definitely
forward
want to have you as one of my oh my gosh, I'm brain dead. One of my people on there. I'll just say people on there. One of my um God.
I definitely am looking forward to that because
Yeah,
I can see what you're creating. I could definitely see your vision. And this is how we help each other. I can
that's
see your
right.
dreams, your vision. And to be able to see someone else's dreams and vision, that's how we help each other manifest them.
You
Because
know, eh, go
as a
ahead.
collective, we're even more powerful. We're powerful by ourselves, like you said. But even
Man.
with the same similar goals and dreams of reaching more people, because we do have very similar goals and dreams and connecting to a broader audience in the world.
Well, and when you talk about broader, I'm trying to figure out the word I want to use for you, like get you on like my feature you on
Yeah,
my, because my first feature is going to be this man right here, of course.
definitely. Yeah, that
Let me
makes
cut
sense.
out the bag, but he's going to be my first feature. But
Yep.
for you, I like, and Rashad and Andre and Jessica and, some of my other followers
Yeah.
and a lot of people. But my main goal is, because I travel internationally. I
Yes.
am going to actually reach the audience over in the other countries too as I travel.
That's amazing because
Um,
that's what I'm doing now. I got people in London and Europe, and I did lives with them, and I have more people
let
that
me
want to.
know. Let me know who. Let me know because
Yeah.
I
Some
would
of them are
like
in
to
the healing
feature.
too. Some of them are in the healing, so I could definitely connect you with some of them too.
Yeah, let me know.
Artists, people that do music,
Okay.
and different types of people that do a lot of great things that try to help other people. And I'm connecting with them now. So I got another brother that I'm speaking to Andre about getting them on the show too. He
Okay.
helps you with mortgages, how to basically get all your money back from your mortgage. How to
Yeah, shoot him my way. Well, before Andre, I
yeah,
don't want to get him before Andre. I don't like
no, no,
what I
definitely
don't what I
yeah,
don't like, even though, but
yeah,
what I don't like is if I know that a particular person And it's enough to go around for the world. You're going to interview
Yeah,
the same person over and over if it's,
yeah,
done the right way or it's not, out of taunting or whatever. But like
yes.
if I know that you're reaching out to this person to connect with Andre, I'm going to make sure Andre get that feature first and just let me
Yeah,
know, okay,
yeah, it
after the
makes sense.
fact.
And
Yeah,
I spoke to him about him. I just have to reach back out to him to
yeah,
have them figure out what they're gonna do because they got to speak on it. I don't really have much say so. But to tell you this, that um, me and him spoke a couple years ago, and I told him when I started my podcast, he would be
yeah.
my first guest. So that's actually happening now. So
What?
yeah, so in that sense, once he become my first guest, if there's a way to work out us all being on there at one time,
Let me
that could be
know.
a ability. We can make that happen because I feel like his information is valid. Like
It,
what I learned is that nobody owns nothing here, man, and they're really
No,
getting
no, no, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
so,
You don't own anybody and you don't own anything. It's all tangible,
yeah,
tangible assets that could be taken away at any time.
yeah. But we learned there's a way. I learned that there's a way for you to own it. You have to have the land patent. If you have the land patent or allodial title, you can own the land. They
Well,
can
that's
never
true.
take
Yes, that's true too.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
never take it from you. Not even God can take it from you. Once
Oh,
you have the
wow.
land and the allodial title, the
Yeah.
government, the president, nobody can take it from you. You can literally leave it behind for your families
So
for
it's
generations.
almost well, but it's almost like the reservoirs over like the Indian and things like that. If they well back then they didn't own it because they just took it away from them. But for now, if they had that patent, like you said, nobody can
Yes,
take it away
yes, because really, what I learned that people do too is that they start trust. They start trust, and they put the land in a trust.
in a trust.
And then when you put it in the trust, you keep it safe for your family because
Yep.
they can never touch your trust. You can make a revocable trust or irrevocable trust, and then you can make it so that way
Wow.
it can be changed by you or not changed at all. So you can
Wow.
literally put your land, your house, and your business in these trusts, and you can secure them so that can't nobody ever touch them.
Well,
And
and not only that, can't you, with that being said, I forgot what that package is called, but you can also inherit that to a person. That
yeah,
way, if they go after you with that, they can't take it away from you. They can't
exactly.
take it away from that person. Because
Yes,
if you
because
die, you got to have it go somewhere. So you have
yeah,
to actually revolvably give it, put a person's name on it in order for it not to go somewhere.
pass it
It'll
down.
just, yeah.
It's just like the honest truth is that we all have a trust here already. Every single one of us have
Yeah.
millions of dollars in a trust. All of us. I found
Wow.
I found some of the money already. I found it. It's in
Yeah.
your license. It's in your credit card. It's in your debit card. I mean, it's in your library card. It's
Yeah.
literally any card that you have in your wallet or your purse. If you went on Fidelity, I don't know if they took it down, but they have certain website you go and punch the numbers in. Money will
Wow.
show up. Money will show
There's
up,
money
and
out there.
there's
Absolutely.
money
Yeah.
out. There's millions
Yeah.
of dollars out there.
Yeah.
Dr. Yaki, he's another brother.
Hmm.
Powerful information. Another brother that's a doctor. He actually went and found like I think like $17 million plus in his name. It's called a straw man. They have a straw man with our names, all of us. They sold us here. They sold us on the
Yeah.
stock market. Like I know we're gonna have to
Wow.
continue this conversation another
Wow. We're
time.
gonna have to.
But
So if you
yeah,
do,
it's
so if
very
you do,
hold you all night with this stuff.
no,
So
no, I'm not. Hey, just
yeah,
let me know because I mean, it's gonna keep evolving. This is not gonna be
yeah,
our first, second, or last. But
yeah.
let me
Because
know if you get him on and if you want to do the duel, just let me know. I
now
mean,
we're
if
gonna
it's just me, you, and him, or me, you, him, and Andre, it
yeah,
doesn't matter. Just let me
yeah, we're
know.
gonna we're gonna definitely work it out because I feel like his information need to get out there because he did a podcast one time with another guy, and the other guy has a big podcast, and I watched it, but the way the guy was talking to him was like it was like instead of being open minded to receive the information, he was kind of like almost like taunting the guy, like how you were saying earlier, like he wasn't he was kind of almost seemed like he wasn't agreeing with him, but I know what he was saying was valid because I studied this information. It's true.
Right.
It's real.
Hmm.
What he's saying is true. That's how I connected with him because I'm like, this guy, what he's saying, I know it's facts. You might not realize it's facts, but you're downplaying what he's saying like it's not
So
true.
he was appeasing the audience,
Yeah,
just
because what
yeah,
he's saying can literally free a
yeah.
lot of us. It can free a lot of people. Take your power back. Now you ain't gotta have a mortgage. You can just now live your life mortgage free.
That's right.
You get
That's
what I'm saying?
I
So
get what you're
we're
saying.
gonna
All right.
topic on this manifestation, law of attraction, all of this the next time because I know you need to do what you need to do. So we're gonna definitely,
Wow. I
Yeah, I
appreciate
know how it is.
I
You're a woman,
appreciate
you
you.
gotta
This is
go
not
handle your, you know, you gotta keep that energy up. So yeah,
Oh
we
man,
definitely,
I mean my energy. Oh my gosh, I'm all over
I
the
can
place.
tell through the
But
roof.
I mean literally, I mean it's just so many things that, is on the table that I'm doing. And it's not that it's just fun. When you make
Yes,
something out of fun and not make it something, or you trying to do something
yeah,
just to
force it,
make a lot of
force
money or force things just to get out
it.
there, everything that you do is in stride. It's got to be strategic, it's got to be planned, it's got to be outlined. And
Yeah, yes,
unfortunately, I'm not always, I am a strategic, you plan it, but not so
yeah,
much to where it's like, oh my God, I'm not that
yeah.
type of person. I
Can't
go
take
with
it
the
too
flow.
serious. Gotta
Yeah,
have fun
you
while you're
can't.
doing it.
Yeah, you
That's when the
can't.
creation happen when you have fun
That's
and
right. That's
and
right.
create the manifestation.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
with that being said, though, we'll have a second, third, and fourth. But if you
yeah.
get, just let me know, if you have others or however it may be. But I would love to get on there and spread the word for
I'm
him.
definitely open and receptive to whenever you're ready to do the next podcast. Is the
Okay.
next several podcasts? I'm always gonna be ready because
Um,
I can see we
what is
still have
this?
a lot to get to actually speak about,
Absolutely.
share
Now
with the world.
I do know that so what is this, October? Almost the end of October. So, Kenny's going to be doing his tours November, December. He does them all the way around. So I work
That's great.
around like when I'm going to the tours. So I
Yes.
can always pop on somewhere, but I just got to figure out where and how,
Yeah.
and if I'm,
Yeah.
free to, jump on.
Yeah.
But I
We
do
could
want to do the next one here real soon.
yeah. Yeah. We could
Yeah.
definitely do that because I feel like we still have a lot to even.
Oh,
We're
we
just
got way more.
opening
This
up a
is
little bit,
this
and
is
it's
surface level.
yeah, it's a
There's
lot
so
more
much.
to go. So whoever
Yeah.
watched this, just let them know. Y'all stay tuned, man, because she has a lot of great information to share with the world. A lot of love and a lot of light. So y'all,
Yeah, same here, same here.
yeah,
Like I said, between the connections, if we keep going and keep going and keep going, we can bring that light to a whole lot of people, not just me. I'm telling you, you're doing phenomenal things. And
and
so,
so are you. I'm definitely see it like your stuff speak for itself, and I'm
I
just mind
appreciate
blown.
that.
Like I love what you're doing, and I'm
Thank
grateful to
you.
be interviewed by you. I'm thankful for the opportunity to actually have this, chance to speak on your on your platform.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. And same here. I can't wait. Make sure you get me on yours, because
I
I
definitely,
would love
definitely.
it.
I
Yeah.
will. I just gotta talk to Andre and get that ball rolling. I'm
Okay.
just I had to slow down the manifestation because it's coming in so fast that
Yeah.
I have to organize it correctly.
I get it. I get it. But one thing I'll say about that, same for me, but I take it in strides. Because I look at it like if it stops me, like how do I want to say this? If it gets to be too much and I kind of like stop and just say, wait a minute, let me slow it down. I don't think I know how
Yeah,
because I've been like that all my life.
yeah.
So that's something
Always
I gotta
slow.
learn, but
Yeah.
I'm just
learning.
it's
I'm
just a
learning
lot.
as I go too.
Yeah.
I take on a lot of stuff and I'm trying to do everything at once. Trying to. I am doing. I'm doing a bunch of
Thank
stuff at
you. You are doing it. Yeah.
I'm looking into the motivational speaker,
Yes.
different lanes, different things that I want to actually enlist you for as we go. When
Absolutely.
we speak more after, I have partnerships with Gaia and different major brands, and
Absolutely.
we can actually make videos as we go to direct it to their platforms. So that's something we can all speak on. I spoke to
Hey, I'm
Andre.
in. Whatever you have. Me and a young lady, the attorney I was telling you about, we talked, in our conference last night.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we talked about, and then I really gonna go. Man, we could talk all night.
Yeah, I'm
This is
gonna
just,
definitely let you go
this is
after this.
amazing because I
Yeah.
know, a lot of people if they start seeing 2 hours, they're like, "Oh, I can't live," but it's so enlightening
All
to
right,
just,
man, it's worth listening to.
yeah, it's worth listening to. But I
You didn't
talked to
even
this.
really get there yet.
I know, right? And I can't end it because it's so good. But I talked to this lady last night, the lady I was speaking about, and we talked about, oh my God, um, we don't accept anything, if that makes
Yes,
sense. Like I know that the connection with her, and when we talked, it was like, wow, we're on
yes,
that same level. You're on that same level. Not that anybody's on a level. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
yes.
judging anybody,
Yeah,
but
no,
if you're
all
not
different.
vibing or like-minded, I don't
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care to associate
Follow
because
your heart.
yeah,
Follow
And we
your heart.
talked about that just last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what to do, man. You definitely you're very intelligent, very wise. So I could definitely see it that you make good choices in life.
Oh,
And
absolutely. I try,
that's
we're not
one of
perfect. Don't get me wrong, not perfect. But if
yeah,
I see that as I say, if it quack like a duck is a duck, eventually, I'll entertain you for a minute,
yeah,
and then I'll start looking. Then I'll start kind of looking at things like, wait a minute, you know. Months went by, things went, and something is just not lining up with
yeah,
you, your actions, or things or whatever. And
yeah,
then it's not that anybody's gullible. Don't get me wrong, never gullible. Is that
yeah,
I learn, I observe things, I assess it, and then when I'm out of line with it at a certain point, I'm
yeah.
like, sorry.
Yeah. That's how we learn. We're just open to learning.
That's
It
right.
might be a different form of learning, and we learn that maybe the next person or situation we can learn to spot whatever
That's
that is.
right.
Red flags.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. If I see if I'm getting a red flag or if I'm feeling like something's not right and intentions and things that are just happening,
Yes.
I don't entertain you very long. I'll give you a minute. Then I'm like, and then I just start to drift. And I'm a Leo. And one
Yeah.
thing about a Leo is that, you know what? Shame on you once, shame on you twice, third time's a charm, but I'm not gonna entertain you. And I just before you know it, you won't even see me.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm a Sagittarius, and once I delete you out my mind,
You're
you
done.
my world forever.
Yeah,
I would
you're
never.
done. I don't, not that I'm holding grudges, but I
Yeah.
know that
Forget about it.
if I'm not aligned, if you're not aligned with my thoughts and my values, or if, and people go through things. So, you
Yeah.
gotta honestly, people go through things. So you gotta be cautious of that. You have
Yeah.
to give people space to grow and to learn and to
That's true.
understand. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But at a certain point, when your actions aren't lining up with who you are, either you
Exactly.
won't see me, you won't hear from me. You won't see nothing because unfortunately, I don't
That's it.
even very
You
long and
gotta
I'm gone.
you gotta cut off all ties and all,
That's right.
access to you.
That's
And
right.
you know, energy speak for itself. So
That's right. No hard
people,
feelings, but
yeah,
I
people,
don't.
sometimes you learn, like you said, that they might not be at the level to receive that information. They're not ready to change. And I can understand and understand that, and be compassionate and be empathetic, but not naive. I
Naive.
can, I can love
Exactly.
you from afar, from
Yeah.
way over there.
Yeah, I can love you way over there
Yeah, I
through
can send you love and
everything.
light, but I don't have to be around you.
And the thing about it is, and you start looking at people differently. A lot of people, they have that surface level of what we call mask.
Yes,
They pretend to be, I'll say holier than thou, but underneath that surface, they know who they really are. And I'm
yes,
not speaking to anybody in particular. It's just this is
yes,
just what, that's what we learn. That's what we pick up like in our
yeah,
seeing my clients over and over. I mean, we hear so much stuff. It's like,
yeah.
sometimes, when you hear things, from people that you really, like you said, you wouldn't think ever happened, and you look
Whoa,
and you go, are you for
yeah,
real? And you can't make it. And the thing about it is, you can't make it up. This
yeah.
stuff
I,
is real out
I
there.
can I can only imagine some of the stuff you had to hear and do. Like
Oh,
I done dealt with a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I can't believe people would do this stuff or even think to
that
be
is
like,
even like,
come on,
how
man.
do you even make it up?
Yeah, yeah, that is true though. I'm honestly trying to figure it out. Like people literally create their own scenarios in
And
their head
that
and they project that onto people, and we just got to learn not to embody what they're trying to project onto
that's
us.
right. But you
Or
know what? You know what I'm gonna call it? I have a private practice. If you need some help, just
exactly, no, it's
look me
true.
up.
It's true. It makes sense. If you have what you do, I could definitely tell that you have the mindset and the
Wow.
spirit and the heart to actually help people and wholeheartedly mean it. And people,
Yeah.
if they need the help, they should reach out to you for help. I would say anybody that's watching this live now that needs some help, definitely reach out to her because Dr. Katina knows her stuff. And from me talking to her alone, if I was dealing with something and I wanted to deal with somebody that's able to relate to what I'm dealing with, or in a sense of resonate with me and not be so judgmental or
Yeah.
negative, I would say you're the person. I would definitely reach
Oh,
out.
thank you.
Learn.
Absolutely.
I would learn a lot of things that I can actually apply to my life that would help me because you have the experience and you dealt with so many people and helped so many people that actually needed it that's doing better now because of you. So I would
Yeah,
say,
thank you. Thank you so
I
much.
would
Maybe
say
you can be my master coach with my private practice.
yeah, because
Yeah.
it's necessary to have people like you out there, man. Because
You as
people,
well.
yeah, people deal with stuff and they can't deal with it on their own, and to have somebody to come to and go to that's able to help with the trauma or whatever you're going through, that's really good,
Yeah,
you
you're a
know.
life coach. Yeah, hey, I'll send them your way. Like I said, I had that practice, and we're not just the mental health medications and on your way. We do the holistic thing. So
Yeah,
having, people like you with that life coach experience, that motivation and that speaking ability, it can help a lot of people. You know how many people don't even have life skills or even understand, like even where to start. I get a lot of times I don't even know where to start. But as a therapist, you
yes,
just can't say, I need for you to start here and now because we still got to, digress everything from the past.
yes,
And it takes time. But when you have not only a therapist and a life coach and, motivational speakers in your corner, that helps, because
it does.
only one person can do so
No,
much. You can't save the world, you
it's
know?
true, and together I feel like we could do enough to help people save themselves.
Absolutely.
Change our world,
Absolutely.
change the world that we live in, because it start within ourselves.
Right.
And I would tell everybody that I'm actually helping out right now would definitely come see, because I have people come to me all the time,
Yeah.
relationship trauma, and I give them advice on what I know that works. And
Yeah.
there's people out there I'm pretty sure that you can help that I deal with that I've spoken to. And once I get back on my platforms, I would definitely direct them to you because
Oh, thank you. And same here, hey,
and
power team, and the thing about it is, one thing that we learn as we grow, a lot of times
yes,
people don't, they put things in a box and they don't want people to know what they know because they think, there's enough to go around for this whole
yeah,
universe.
it's true. And that's why honestly I share all of the information
Absolutely.
front. And I learned that even though I tell everybody the truth up front, people still come to me for help, still subscribe to my
That's right.
platform. And because people want to learn more. That's just how it is. If they feel like you have value and you're coming from the heart, they will definitely want to listen to what you have to say. You know?
Absolutely. I gotta get better with my subscribing. It's just so much, so much I got like
Yeah.
10 things, I'm trying to put on one
Yeah.
platform and it takes time.
And I know, because I have several different platforms I manage and several different YouTube channels, and
Yeah,
sometimes I feel like I'm about to drive myself crazy, but I gotta remember that I chose this. I put myself through this because I want to help people. So
that's
now
right. So
I
you
follow.
can't give up.
I gotta
Not
follow
that you're
through.
giving up, but you
Yeah.
got to keep going.
Yeah,
You got
because
to keep
sometimes
going.
thoughts will come up that make you feel like stopping, but you have to reassure yourself that you're doing it for a higher purpose, for a
Yeah.
greater purpose, and
Wow.
it reflects back to you by the hearts that you touch and the souls that you touch. And everybody
Wow.
that's watching this tonight, you guys hear this. She's an amazing,
Oh,
amazing coach, amazing motivational speaker, and
oh wow.
therapist. If you need that help, don't be afraid to ask, because God is actually putting people like us in front of us for a reason. It's for you to see what that reason is.
Yeah.
And if you need help to heal, why not get the help?
That's
And then
right.
you
Same here. Same
be
here.
yourself.
Same here. You're amazing life coach and all in between. And how I know this is that, like I said, I've been in the business for 25 years. I don't think anyone can really shank me because, if something's thrown out there, everybody has their opinions about different things. And
Yes.
and I can actually, tell a real person when I see them. Not all the time. It's not like we have like a, radar saying, oh, this person's not great.
Yeah.
Our inner thoughts tells us like with you that you're a great person and that you want to see people change and do better. And so
Yes.
for me, that reflection, if I know that you're in it for the heart and that you're in it for the people, I'm gonna stand by that. I'm not gonna deter from because I know that you're doing things for the right reasons.
Yeah. And that's the same way I feel about you,
Hey,
because I feel that same vibration, that same energy coming from you. And we'll definitely be able to continue another time
I
because
know, right? Oh man, we can. Oh
yeah,
wow. All right. With that being
yeah,
said, thank you so very much. We'll get
yeah,
on our next one. You let me know, like, if
yeah,
you're in connection with the other
yeah.
person. It doesn't matter. We're going to stay connected.
We
And
definitely
I
will.
will clip this and I'll get it on YouTube and I will tag you in it for sure. Thank you for being on the show. You're a blessing. You keep shining your light because what you got to give and what you have to offer in this world is beyond unbelievable.
And it's the same with you,
Man.
Katina. You're magnificent, all right,
Oh,
and you
thank
have
you.
a light that touches souls throughout this world. And I want the rest of the world to
Oh,
actually see and feel that. And I will share your stuff with my people as well, so that they can get a hold of you.
all
You
right,
know, to
man.
reach out to you and
Wow.
get the help that they need. And
Thank
same
you
with the
so very much.
musicians. You're gonna have a whole bunch of people coming your way. Let you know.
Hey,
Be
hey,
ready.
and vice versa. Hey, I have no problem with that because you know what? The bit is it's all about, if you're real in life and you're a good person with a good heart, can't nothing stop or block a blessing
That's right. That's
ever. All
right.
right.
And
With
we're
that being
abundant.
said, right?
We're abundant. Abundance of birthright, and we're here to claim it.
That's right. And it's going to be claimed. And the thing about it is there's no half stepping with it. Whether we got 10 projects or 20, however long it takes, it takes. It's not like it's a false perception out there. It's just that we have so much to give to people and to offer that, you
Yes.
know what? It may be little pieces here, like you said, breadcrumbs, but it's going to get there. And what I
Yep.
do know is that, young man, you keep shining because you have a light to offer. I mean, I think I saw
Thank
you on Andre's show and your light. And people don't understand this. What you present out there in the world and how you carry yourself and how you do things. When I saw you on that show, I was like, I'm finna, yeah. I said, I have to bring this young man on my show because he's aligning with this universe of who we are and who other people that we want to connect with should be. Not
you.
that
And
we can
that's
change people, but
yeah.
we can spread the word. So I
Yes, that's
appreciate
right.
that.
Exactly how I feel about you. I feel like everything is in divine timing. The
Wow.
universe, God sent you to me, and vice versa, so that we can help each other reach people that need the help. And we're doing it. So that makes me feel
Wow.
good. That
I
makes me
know.
feel
I'm excited. I'm excited because it's not going to be the first, the last, or in
good.
between. This is going to be ongoing. But thank you for being on the show. I'm
Well,
going
thank you
to,
for having me.
I'll send you the clip and I'll get things going. But I just appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I am grateful for being able to be on the show with you and to speak to you about all these great things
Thank
that you're
you.
doing and that we're gonna be doing, helping
That's
us.
right.
Make it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a magnificent night.